Just because the Phantom series pedals from ACD Unlimited are a simplified alternative to the Darwin pedals doesn't mean that you can't order them in exactly the configuration you want. Hey everyone, if you haven't been on this channel before, my name's James Chapman and I'm a freelance drummer based just outside of London in the UK. Now really the point of this video is just to let people know that the Phantom has a shortboard option available. It's not an overview of Phantom pedals in general. If you want that, then check out this video here that I've already made. It goes into much more detail about everything to do with the Phantoms. If you're not sure whether or not you would prefer a Phantom or a Darwin series pedal, then check this video. And if you're in completely the wrong video and you just want to know about the Darwins, watch one of these two videos. There'll be links to all of that in the description below. Now for anyone who doesn't know the difference between a longboard and a shortboard pedal is much more common, and it basically means that we have this heel plate here and then we have the hinge. So the actual functional part of the footboard and the pedal happens after the heel plate. Whereas a longboard pedal runs the entire way to the bottom. Just like when you order a Phantom, you could choose between direct drive and strap drive, you can now also choose between shortboard and longboard. And thanks to the modular design of pretty much everything that Dennis makes, if you already own the Phantom, you can just buy this part and swap it at home. Or when you're ordering, if you're not sure which one you like or you like the idea of experimenting between the two, you could obviously order your pedal and also order the additional part at the same time, and you can have both sent to you. Now these videos are incredibly difficult to make because it's really me trying to explain what I can feel under my feet, and everybody is different. But if you do have any questions or there's something you want to know about this, leave me a comment on this video and that's probably the quickest way for me to get back to you and tell you what you want to know. Now recently we've seen a trend of big brands releasing pedals and thinking that drummers are too stupid to know how to adjust a pedal, so removing any adjustments anyway. That doesn't work. I do too many different things. I like adjusting my pedal, and personally I want it to be dialed in for how I want it. So I really appreciate that even though this is a simplified, kind of stripped down alternative to the Darwin, we still have all of the adjustments necessary to dial it in to how I want it. The other benefit of this is that because the Phantom series is a slightly simpler pedal to make than the Darwin, it's made at a more affordable price, and the wait time on these pedals is much shorter than something like a Darwin. Now don't get me wrong, this is still very much a premium product. They're not cheap pedals by any means. However, it might be more affordable than you think, especially with those big brands releasing those pedals, calling them CNC machined aluminium when they're mostly just die cast with 1 or 2 aluminium parts. These are actually more affordable than those mass-produced pedals and made to a much higher quality. So let's talk about why you might want a shortboard. Shortboard pedals tend to have a slightly heavier feel and they have a bit more of a forward response. That means that you can feel the pedal working more under your foot. That can be great for control, but it can be a little bit more tiring or a bit more hard work if that pedal takes more effort to play in the first place. The counter there is that if the pedal requires a little bit more energy to get it moving, then that means that the resulting stroke is going to be more powerful. So a lot of people find that shortboard pedals tend to have more punch and power than longboard pedals. By comparison, longboards are very, very light to play. They're really effortless and they don't require as much energy to keep that pedal moving. You also have a larger playing surface, which means you have more option to dial in the feel of the pedal while you're playing it. You can go further up the pedal where it's easier to get the pedal moving, and then once it's under its own momentum, you can bring your foot further down the pedal so that you're just topping up that energy, kind of like bouncing a basketball, and it means that playing big long runs of fast double bass could be easier. But ultimately, keep this in mind. You have people like Achilles Priester and Eloy Casagrande playing shortboard chain drive pedals and running circles around most of us in terms of speed and endurance. And then you have people like Chris Adler and even Gavin Harrison back in the day playing longboard direct drive pedals, playing really intricate patterns and having more control than a lot of us. So you can play anything on either of these. It's more a question of what do you enjoy and what do you feel brings out the best in your playing. And for me, that's why I would pick one versus the other. When I'm playing the longboard Phantoms, it does encourage me to play long runs of faster double bass. I feel like it's easier and it's less tiring for me to maintain those higher tempos. When I'm playing shortboards, I feel like I've got a bit more feedback on what the pedal's doing under my foot, and that naturally encourages me to play slightly more intricate, broken patterns. Think of people like Chris Turner and that style of playing. It's not one big long roll, it's lots of broken up, interesting rhythmic phrases. Another reason that you might prefer a shortboard pedal is if you're more of a heel down player. A lot of heel down players prefer a shortboard because they like their heel to be on a static part of the pedal and then they feel like they can just play the top part. Even with that, if you look at real old school designs of pedals, a lot of the original pedals, when heel down was the only way to play really, were longboards. In fact, they were direct drives as well quite a lot of the time. But the point is you absolutely can play heel down on a longboard just like you could play super fast on a shortboard. Now keep in mind that whether you're on a longboard or a shortboard, there are ways to make it feel lighter and heavier anyway. You can obviously use lightweight or heavyweight beta surfaces on these pedals. You can add or remove the optional beta weight as well. You can play with the height of the beta. Those are some very quick and easy ways to dramatically change the feel of these pedals. For more information on these pedals and everything else that ACD Unlimited make, don't forget to go to their website. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. Also, some of you might have even noticed that in the playing examples in this video, I'm now using the Darwin FTW hi-hat and remote hi-hat stands on the kit. There will be videos coming for those as well. So thanks a lot for watching. If you've enjoyed the video in any way or it's been helpful, please leave me a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you see when I upload again, and I'll see you on the next one.